Okay, the next portion of the program this morning is my favorite portion of the general session. It's the annual OEOC Awards. First up, I would like to announce the recipient of the 2012 OEOC Award for getting your ESOP off to a good start. And the recipient is Vistula Management Company from Toledo. VMC employees, please make your way to the podium and join John Kiley, who is already here at the head table. While you're on your way up, I'll talk about your company and your ESOP. On December 16, 2011, VMC's 65 employees used an ESOP to purchase 30% of the company from John Kiley, the selling owner. Vistula Management Company provides property management services for low-income residential units in the Toledo area. John has been developing his business ownership succession plan for 10 years, investigating all kinds of options before settling on the ESOP option about 5 years ago. During the last 3 years, the OEOC provided assistance to John and a group of 6 employees to determine the best form for their ESOP plan and transaction. But the wider group of employees was not aware of the ESOP effort. John was nervous about how the employees would react to the information. And I probably did not comfort him much, because I told him not to expect much of a positive reaction, as people would most likely be concerned about things like, do I still have a job? And how much is this going to cost me? I advised him to expect a very skeptical reaction. Well, I was slightly wrong with that assessment. John received a standing ovation from the employees. The employees' reaction showed that they already knew that John cared about them. They had years of experience of seeing him in action. Their standing ovation was as much an expression of that appreciation as it was for the ESOP opportunity. So as I mentioned earlier, the ESOP is not a magic bullet, and it's not a guarantee of success. But the ESOP at VMC is off to a good start, and its future is likely a bright one. So congratulations to John Kiley and all the employee owners at Vistula Management Company. The OEOC is proud to present you with the 2012 award for getting your ESOP off to a good start. Here is John Kiley.
Well, I've been aiming toward this moment for over 10 years, as Bill said. I've sat in this conference over 6 times, and I'm thrilled to be up here. We provide housing for the very lowest members of the 99%. I'm very proud of how we do that. I'm very proud of the people who are up here with me. However, I'm also very grateful to Bill McIntyre. We could not have done this without his help, his guidance, and I highly recommend anyone who's interested in doing an ESOP, don't leave home without him. Thank you.
Let me introduce Jay Simicek, is the OEOC staff person responsible for coordinating the activities of Ohio's employee-owned network of companies, and Jay will now present several OEOC recognition awards.
Thank you, Bill. And congratulations to John and the gang from Vistula. How ironic that this group of employee owners would be off and running just within the last few months, and I'm about to talk about companies that have been around and an ESOP for a long, long time. Perhaps in another 25 or 30 years, the same group can be up here on the stage receiving these. This morning, I have the honor of introducing to you 5 Ohio companies that have reached milestone anniversaries for their ESOPs. These companies are also members of, as Bill said, the OEOC's Ohio Employee-Owned Network. For those of us that believe that employee ownership is simply a better way of doing business, We want our company and our ESOP to last and sustain us through many years. These companies have achieved sustainability not only in their ESOP, but also in their businesses in general. Combined, these 5 companies total 318 years of doing business. Congratulations to all the employee owners from these fine companies, and let's salute the leaders and decision makers among those employees throughout the years. Because as you know, employee ownership doesn't just happen. It takes outstanding and committed leaders to make it work. So first up, we have GBS Corporation, 25 years as an ESOP. The GBS headquarters is in North Canton. It helps companies create, manage, retrieve, and deliver information through 4 business units: document management, computer solutions, labeling, and filing. Founded in 1971, GBS established their ESOP in 1987 and became 100% employee-owned in 2000. GBS has approximately 350 employees. They are a leading information solutions provider and partners with some of the world's most established brand names. GBS values investing in technology that improve how their customers do business. At GBS, the culture is one that values people, meeting customers' needs, and expertise that helps them do it successfully. I like how they put it. Quote, GBS is America's productivity partner because GBS is the home of America's productivity people. Accepting the award for GBS is Michelle Benson, CFO. And you're up here already. Okay.
Just like to thank you for recognizing GBS's 25 years as an ESOP. Just last year, we also celebrated our 40th anniversary as a company. And when we look back at the milestones that we've achieved over those years, certainly we're most proud of having attained 100% employee ownership. At our annual appreciation event, we highlighted the performance of our ESOP and kind of provided some examples, live examples. And just as an example, we have an employee hired in 1987 at $10 an hour who now has an ESOP balance of over $402,000. So it really works. It's a lot of what Bill had mentioned earlier. We truly believe this exemplifies the meaning of employee ownership, employees gaining individual wealth through their hard work and dedication to the success of the company. Thank you.
Next, we have Ruther Mold and Manufacturing Company, 25 years as an ESOP. The Ruther Mold headquarters is in Cuyahoga Falls. They were founded in 1950 and design and build molds for all black rubber, silicone, and TPE, TPR compounds. They specialize in steel, aluminum, and Invar 36 tooling for the production of rubber, composite, and SMC products, if you understand what that means. Ruther Mold services a diverse group of industries, aerospace to agriculture and automotive to personal protective equipment. They also provide CNC precision machining of small lot stainless steel components. The firm is 25% employee owned through the ESOP, which was established in 1987, and the firm has 65 employees. Ruther Mold's 6-person board of directors includes 3 outsiders and 3 insiders, with 2 of the insiders elected from the shop floor by their peers. Accepting the award for Ruther Mold is John Benedetto, Vice President of Customer Service.
Well, doesn't that sound lovely? I don't know if that was a mic or my arm. On behalf of Carl Ruther, his father, and our board of directors, and all the worker owners at Ruther Mold, we thank you for this award and recognition. 25 years is a long time. How many here are under the age of 40? Not so many. That makes me feel better. Realizing that we started an ESOP when you were in your mid-teens, not even in the workforce yet. It always looks longer looking forward than it does looking backwards. 25 years goes very quickly. It has gone for us. I think that there's two really key elements that's helped us to become and continue to be a strong company and a strong ESOP. First off, on the company side has been our customer base. We have a good, loyal base of people, of customers throughout the country that support us well. The second would be our employees. Without employees, there would be no ESOP. There's absolutely no doubt that that's where our core lives, is with our employees. Fortunately, we do have employees that are willing to step up and take roles in the ESOP and the management of our company. And that's probably our strongest keys. Believe it or not every day is a great day at Ruther Mold. No, okay. Some days not as even worse than others. We suffer from the same problems that I'm sure the rest of you do. But fortunately, we have a staff of people here and some behind me that have come to be with us this morning that are willing to take that chance, that are willing to stand up, that are willing to come together as a team, sometimes biting and screaming at each other, but nonetheless come together as a team to support our customers. And that's really the success of where we're at. Behind me are the people that have caused this to happen, a small portion of our greatest assets. And just very quickly, I would like to introduce them to you. John Linville, he is one of our machinists. He is also running for our board of directors this year. Will be hopefully a new board member. Beside him is Bob Grigsby. Bob is our process engineer. And again, he is another candidate that's running for our board. Ron Fee is a machinist on the floor. He is currently one of our board members. Jessica Rhodes is our controller, and she's also one of the trustees. And Bob Taylor, I've asked him to be with us. He says I owe him. He is one of our current outside board members. So we are surrounded by ESOP inside the company and outside the company. They represent what I believe to be our greatest asset, and I thank each of them. Thank you.
Great stuff. Star Leasing. Folks from Star Leasing? 25 years as an ESOP. Star Leasing, with headquarters in Columbus, provides a one-stop semi-trailer solution to businesses that use trucks for transporting raw materials or finished products. Star rents, leases, sells, and maintains trailers. They have 9 locations in 5 states in the Midwest and southeastern United States, with almost 200 active employee owners. The ESOP was formed in 1987, and Star became 100% employee-owned in 1997, and an S corporation in 2000. Star believes that employee ownership has been key in motivating their employees to always exceed the expectations of their customers, vendors, and employee owners by doing what they say they will do when they say they will do it. Star believes that integrating the company's business and financial plans with the plan for the ESOP has resulted in 25 years of success for the ESOP. Accepting the award for Star Leasing is Jeff Rosen, CFO.
I'm sure that was the microphone. First of all, I just want to thank the OEOC for recognizing Star's 25 years as an ESOP. Starting this coming week, myself, I'm the CFO of the company. Our CEO and company president will be starting our tour of our 9 locations. And one of the things we'll be announcing during that tour is that we had a 25% increase in our stock price this past year. And we're actually concerned that some of the employees might be disappointed because that's on top of a 30% increase in the stock price we had last year. So we're really quite excited about that, and I'm quite excited that I'm also going to have this award to present to the employees during that time, during those meetings. Obviously, they are the reason why we've been successful as an ESOP. I think our key has been hiring good people. In addition, also our key is in our planning. To get to 25 years as an ESOP, one thing you need to keep your eye on is that repurchase obligation. And I think we have really developed a system for integrating that repurchase plan into our financial plan for the company, which is a topic that's going to be spoken about at one of the sessions this afternoon. Can't emphasize enough how important that is. Also, we are constantly modifying our distribution policy to make sure that we end up with no surprises. We have a great advantage over our competitors in that as a sub-S ESOP, we have our employees who really care about the company. We don't pay any federal income taxes, which is a great financial advantage, but we also get to buy the company back from our departed shareholders. And when we're done buying the company back, we get to do it again and again and again. And you can do that, but it takes a lot of planning, and I just would really like to emphasize, I think that's something Star Leasing has done well. I think it'll allow us to be leased up for another 25 years or more, and I think it's an important thing to just keep your eyes on. Thank you.
S.G. Morris. Will the S.G. Morris people come up? 30 years as an ESOP. S.G. Morris, with their main office in Highland Heights, is a full-service stocking distributor of motion control, hydraulics, and pneumatics, representing various industry-leading manufacturers. As they say, S.G. Morris partners with experience for high-quality components and systems. They support, service, and train the industrial, mobile, and automation equipment markets with offices located in Ohio, Pennsylvania, and West Virginia. Bill Morris founded S.G. Morris in 1932. He started with just one manufacturer, which now is known as Bosch Rexroth. S.G. Morris Company started their ESOP in 1982 with 7% of the company's shares. The company became an S corporation and 100% owned by the ESOP in 1999. Accepting the award for S.G. Morris is George Lind, President.
Thank you. On behalf of all of our representatives who are here, we have representatives from our ESOP committee and trustees, and on behalf of every employee who hopefully is still back at the office holding down the fort, I want to thank you for this award and this recognition. I think we're not the oldest in the room, which is somewhat pleasing. However, we really owe a debt of gratitude to I've been lucky to have been at the company for the entire 30 years that the ESOP has existed. I can't take any credit for it. We've had some very impressive visionaries who back then looked at an ESOP as a vehicle to sustain our employee ownership. We previously were employee owned without a vehicle like the ESOP, but it really has helped us sustain our employee ownership mentality. It takes a village to raise an ESOP. I want to recognize the Ownership Center and other associations who help us to succeed. I really don't know any other business ownership structure where there's such a community to help us succeed. Thank you very much.
And last but not least, the Ruling Company. 35 years as an ESOP. Ruling is located in Sharon Center. It specializes in general construction and construction management and established their ESOP in 1977. The company was founded by John G. Ruling in 1915 as a commercial and industrial contractor. As the company grew, it expanded into the civil market to include bridges, roads, sewers, and water treatment facilities throughout the state of Ohio. In 1948, the company was known as the John G. Ruling Construction Company, then in 1980, simply as the Ruling Company. It now serves clients in the healthcare, education, government, commercial, energy, environmental, transportation, industrial, and steel markets. Today, the ESOP Trust holds over 81% of the company's common stock. Because of this, the 90 salaried employees at Rulon have a vested interest in the success of each and every project. Accepting the award for Rulon Company is Jim Rulon, President and CEO.
I guess I'm not as tall as everybody else. Thank you, Jay, for that kind introduction. And I want everybody to know I'm really only 36. I can't sell it, sorry. Now, in 2015, our company will be celebrating 100 years of doing business. That's really a long time for any organization. In that time period, we've had a very storied history. But it is my true belief that the last 35 years for our company, the duration during which we've been an ESOP, have been the most prosperous for our company. The ESOP, I believe, has given us that extra edge. The edge that you get when your employees learn the care and concern that comes with being an owner. And that extra edge over these years has helped us through our bad times, and I truly believe it has helped us have even better good times. So I would like to thank my team members, several of them up here today, and everyone else back at the company for allowing us to get to this point and in 3 more years celebrate 100 years of doing business. Thank you all very much.
One more award to bestow today, and it is the John Logue Employee Ownership Excellence Award. It's the highest honor bestowed by the Ohio Employee Ownership Center. It is awarded annually to the person, organization, or company that has made the largest contribution to employee ownership in Ohio during the past year. Let me tell you a little bit about John Logue. He founded the OEOC in 1987 and was its director until his untimely death in 2009. John Logue believed that employee ownership was the ultimate self-help strategy. All workers earn a stake in the company they work for and then just watch the transformation that occurs in their lives, in the business and in the community. His professional and personal dedication to establishing employee ownership as a way for working men and women to exert greater control over their working lives and sharing in the success of their companies continues on in the work of the OEOC. This year, the Ohio Employee Ownership Center is pleased to recognize Andrew Kuliza, CFO of R.E. Kramig & Company in Cincinnati, for going above and beyond his company's CFO responsibilities to encourage employee ownership. Andy was very active in speaking with legislators, trying to line up co-sponsors for pro-ESOP bills H.R. 3586. This is the S Corporation ESOP Promotion and Expansion Act of 2009. Senate Bill 1512 and House Bill 1244, the Promotion and Expansion of Private Employee Ownership Act of 2011. Successfully obtaining the commitments of Representatives Gene Schmidt and Steve Driehaus as co-sponsors of H.R. 3586. For Newt Gingrich's American Solutions for Winning the Future organization, Andy successfully persuaded the organization to include his Why Employee Ownership is Necessary for Economic Growth write-up as one of the positions of the organization. For WikiHow, Andy wrote How to Start an Employee-Owned Company. And this past year, the ESOP Association named him as the outstanding member of its Board of Governors. For all of these contributions, the OEOC is proud to recognize Andrew Kuliza as the recipient of the 2012 John Logue Employee Ownership Excellence Award.
Thank you. I was confident coming up here. until I talked to my wife and she told me to remember to bring my personality because I'm a numbers guy. And then Rick from Comstock tells me to make sure I remember to put some sugar on it because you are a numbers guy. I'm friends with him, by the way. But I would like to thank first our president, Fritz Horn of Kramig Insulation, and the management group for empowering me and allowing me to become so involved with ESOP ownership and outside the realm of the company. It's a great honor to be recognized with an award in John's name. If you haven't done any looking to see all of what John's done for ESOP, I'd recommend you do so. As a former educator, teacher, I hold John in high regard for his research of the mid-1980s. It was about that time that the company I work for now was saved by an ESOP instead of being sold to private equity. His vision for the center has allowed me personally to attend educational seminars over the past 8 years and meet with people like Bill and deepen my understanding of ESOPs technically, as well as expand my network of ESOP professionals. If it weren't for those conferences that the center puts on, I never would have been able to meet Ben Wells over at Dinsmore, who's played an integral part in making sure our company stays legal when it comes to ESOP. John's findings allow us to make ESOP culture and values an easy sell. This award actually very much humbles me. I'd love to stand up here and tell you how much work I put into getting in contact with the politicians and pat myself on the back, but I'll be honest with you, it really isn't that much hard work. And any one of you guys and gals can put a few extra minutes into contacting your congressman or congresswoman. I might just take a minute to kind of give you my recipe is what's worked for me, the guy with no sugar and no personality, to be able to convince and persuade congresspeople. My approach was as follows, and like I said, any one of you could replicate this. In your local community, join the Republican Club, the Democrat Club, or the Tea Party, and get on their mailing list. When you do that, you find out when the representatives are coming to town. When they come to town, it's your chance to get right in front of them, and they will want to listen to you because then you are then considered their base, and they like to excite the base and tell you what you want to hear. I likened it, somebody asked how many people were under 40, and there weren't many out there, so speed dating, I know it's a foreign concept to some people out there, but I liken it to speed dating. You only have about 20 seconds to make an impression. You introduce yourself, ask if in the future they or their staff would be able to talk about a program that's helped you and your company. You get a card, and you follow up with all the pro-ESOP data and research and information the center provides you. You get an appointment, and you're on your way. There's very little time. Like I said, you got about 20 seconds. And your experiences may range, and like I said, this does not take a lot of effort. You just have to have some thick skin. Your experiences may be very easy. Gene Schmidt loves ESOPs. Tell us what the co-sponsor will do it. No further work necessary. Or you might get that puzzled look, the deer in the headlight, politician look of, oh no, I don't know what that means. How am I going to promise something? Which that's good. Uncertainty is good because then it's us that can make the impression with information from the center. Or you may have experience, which goes back to my dating life, of totally getting shot down. And that has happened. Congressman, great to meet you. Your family bar was one of the places my dad wanted to take me before he died, as it was right down the street from our ESOP company, which was saved by government programs with incentivizing ESOPs. Would you or your staff be interested in talking about ESOPs? Love to, but I got to finish this burger. We'll circle up a little later. So then in the dating experience, what do? You go to the friend, which in this case is the staffer. You work on the wing woman or the wing man. And then they tell you that, no, he prefers to deal with big issues like healthcare. So you close the chapter on that person and you do get totally shot down. It's not all about success. So to tie a bow on where Bill so eloquently talked about John and the Research Center and everything he gives us, at this time in our economic struggles. We have the opportunity to seize with our message and the torch that John had lit. And I think that's where I was able to find an end being an educator, because most congresspeople, senators, regardless of political party, they want job security for their local economic representation, and they want diversification between ethnic groups within companies. And that's a lot of what we stand for. So, like I said, the message through the research of John and the center is extremely clear. So it's our moment to carry that ESOP torch in John's memory and build democracy one company at a time. Thank you.